My name is Stephanie McMahon. I'm the Executive Director of the Sullivan Chamber and Economic Development. And tonight is our candidates forum in preparation for the upcoming election. I'd like to begin by publicly thanking the News Progress, who is our co-sponsor in this event. They've been a great help to us. And also like to thank the Elizabeth Titus Memorial Library for letting us use this space this evening. Our format tonight will be as follows. Candidates for Sullivan School Board and then City Council will each have 3 minutes to introduce themselves and share their goals for the upcoming terms. We'll take a brief intermission, and then our mayoral candidates will come up and they'll each have 1 minute to introduce themselves, 2 minutes each to answer a series of questions that will be posed by our moderator, and then a 2-minute final closing statement. Due to the constraints of time and fairness to all candidates, the forum will be timed this evening. The candidates will receive a visual cue from our timekeeper right here when there will be 30 seconds remaining, and again when only 15 seconds remain. When time is up, we ask that the candidate please yield the floor to the moderator. Our moderator tonight is Scott Lockwood, sports editor for the News Progress, and he will have the discretion to interrupt the candidate if necessary to continue our discussion. We will not have time this evening for questions from the audience, but feel free to speak to our candidates during the intermission or after the forum is officially adjourned. Because this election has several candidates vying for office, they will be seated according to their respective offices in alphabetical order by last name from left to right. And in fairness to all candidates, a name will be drawn to randomly determine who answers each question first. The remaining candidates will then answer in order as seated moving to the right. So at this time, we'd like to ask our 3 school board candidates who are here to please come up and have a seat. And I believe Scott's going to read a couple of statements from candidates who wanted to be here this evening but couldn't. And we'll get started. Thanks again for coming.
Okay, first we're going to start with a statement from Scott Atchison, who is one of the board hopefuls that cannot be here tonight. Thank you for the opportunity to have my statement read. I have been on the Sullivan School Board for 7 years. I have served 3 years in the late 1990s before I had to leave the board due to my family moving into a different township within the school district. The township had a full slate of school board members allowed, so I had to resign my position. I then decided to run again after a few years, and when I decided to run again, I have my 3 boys in the school district and wanted to give something back to help the school district. Sullivan has a great school system and is supported heavily by the community. That's why I feel it's important for the school board members and the superintendent to keep the school in good financial shape. Board members have to trust the superintendent for his knowledge of the school's finances, but need to ask questions and make tough decisions on his recommendations. It is a tough position for board members to be in front of people who can vote against a recommendation that the people are there to support. The decision on the vote should be what is best for the school district and the community. I feel that the school district is in good financial shape compared to many districts in the state, but we need to strive to keep the district this way. The Sullivan School District offers a very good education to our students. Sullivan schools offer many academic courses as well as many athletic teams, clubs, and organizations. As a board member, I feel it's important that we strive as a school district to keep offering our students all their academic and extracurricular activities that we currently have, but also not to put any more burden on the taxpayers. In closing, I would like to thank the Sullivan Chamber and Economic Development for hosting this meet and greet, and thank the people who cared enough about our community to come out and meet the candidates. Signed, Scott Atchison. This next one is on behalf of Amy Foltz. First and foremost, I send sincerest apologies for my absence tonight. However, I will be performing my motherly duties and accompanying my children to their spring music concert. That being said, I will briefly introduce myself. I'm happily married to Doug Foltz, and we have 2 children who attend the Sullivan Elementary School, Tate and Sophie Foltz. One of the main reasons we chose Sullivan for our home for the past 15 years is the fact that it is a wonderful place to raise a family. I have worked as a registered nurse in Sullivan for 11 of those years, developing relationships with many of the community members. I currently work with my husband in the day-to-day operation of running our own business, which enables me to devote more time to my children, church, and community activities. Having been nominated and appointed, I have served the past 2 years as a member of the Sullivan School District's Board of Education, as well as representing our district on the Eastern Illinois Association of Special Education's governing board. I feel very humbled and honored to represent the community in these positions. Anyone who knows me who knows me would testify that children in general and looking after their well-being is a passion of mine. I feel a commitment to advocate for all children, especially those who do not have a voice. Working towards a common goal with other members of the boards of education, striving for the success of every child in our district is the perfect opportunity to do this. The beauty of being one member of a board of 7 is that I not only get to voice my thoughts and opinions, but I'm willing and able to learn from the views of others. Although collaboration is imperative, I want to share with you just a few of the areas I'd like to continue devoting my attention to. One challenging area involving not only our district, but others throughout the state, is budget and funding. Finding a balance between operating conservatively while maintaining quality programs is obviously a high priority. Support our faculty with implementing data-driven programs and curriculum to promote student achievement and post-graduation readiness. Develop and enforce policies to ensure the safety of all students within our district, and promoting community engagement and parental guardian involvement. Although there are many things to balance and multiple issues to focus on, one aspect seems very simple to me. At the end of the day, if I continue to make decisions based on what is best for the children in our district, I will have represented this district well. If you share my desires to continue to make Sullivan School District a quality, safe place to educate our children, I would greatly appreciate your vote for me on April the 5th. Thank you, Amy Foltz.